Hello, everyone. My name is Tanaja Person, and I am a senior at Biotechnology High School. Today, I will be presenting my project, which is based on which coping mechanism best fit for decreasing anxiety levels in teenagers. I will start off with my introduction. Anxiety is a well known issue, but many people are unaware of how serious it can be. Anxiety can be manifested as nervousness, worry, or uneasy, but it becomes a serious issue when it persists for an extended period of time. 6 months minimum and more. We know that COVID 19 has had a psychological impact on many people, especially teenagers. During COVID 19, many teens have been looking for ways to de stress. Teenagers have been looking for various physical activities to relieve tension and divert their attention away from COVID 19. My research focuses on the relationship between anxiety and COVID 19 within the range of teenager years. Many teenagers have suffered from anxiety because of COVID 19, as well as discovering different coping mechanisms that can help them cope with their anxiety levels. In the experiment, I'll look at how COVID 19 affects teenagers' thinking and behavior, how these various physical activities that people have found to be beneficial effects towards them, and how it helps them relieve anxiety. To collect my data on their anxiety levels, there will be a survey conducted. Listening to music, coloring are the two coping strategies suggested. There will be a before, during, and after section on the survey for them. Many teenagers, I expect, would say that listening to music is the best way to cope with anxiety because it allows them to divert their attention away from their anxiety. My audience needs to understand that teenagers, like adults, experience anxiety. This subject should be important to people because the information in this research paper could be used as a guide for people seeking anxiety relief during this period. Individuals will be also told about the various anxiety levels they are experiencing during COVID 19 based on the information that is given. This subject should also be important to people because COVID 19 has had a significant effect on the mental health of many residents, regardless of whether they have contracted COVID 19. Many people struggle to find ways to avoid dwelling on their fear, but it shouldn't matter because people can find ways to divert their attention away from it. COVID 19 is a new standard for our country because when we talk about various stress relieving practices, we're talking about activities that we'll have to do for the rest of our lives. They should also be concerned about unattended emotions, which can lead to suicide, especially in teenagers. Parents who do not pay attention to their children's emotions allow emotions to build up, which not everyone can handle. This knowledge will be beneficial to everyone, especially to those who suffer from anxiety and who are teenagers. As of right now, COVID 19 is something we're all trying to adapt to as a society. So I hope that my research raises concerns about teenagers' mental health problems. Next is my methods. I will give out my survey to 20 teenagers from high schools in the district area. They will click on the link, which will lead them to the survey. After all 20 participants complete the survey, I will compare the anxiety levels from before and after COVID. My results show that the experiment involves comparing two sets of data. The t-test method was chosen to evaluate the data. The p-value of the t-test is 0.0002, which corresponds to the 0.2% probability of significance. Since the p-value is tiny, the t-test proves that the two data sets before and after COVID-19 are very important. The lower the p-value, the more significant the data is, and the more it demonstrates how anxiety levels decrease. The data is consistent because before listening to music, the value was 12.8, and after listening to music, the value is 9.1, indicating that anxiety levels decreased by 3, which here in figure 1 shows that the difference of before and after the anxiety levels. According to the findings, listening to music reduced anxiety levels in statistically significant way. There was a substantial difference, p-value of 3, between listening to music before and after. With a p-value of 0.0002, the influence of listening to music was even greater. This suggests that listening to music has a greater effect on anxiety, reducing than coloring or drawing. Because there wasn't enough data to move forward with the coloring coping strategy, this didn't have a significant reduce in anxiety levels. I would recommend that I focus on coloring to gather more data because the more majority of teenagers prefer listening to music over the coloring. I had my works cited area, which is DWARG 2018, the Healthline of 2020, Ryback R from 2016, and Abraham M of 2020. These articles had helped me conduct my experiment to way extreme, and I appreciate the time and energy that I spent on looking through these articles to make sure that I give out the correct facts. I would like to thank my mentor Ariana for her help during this project, and also my teacher Dr. Schuster for his guidance. Thank you, and I will accept any questions.